This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so guys, I'm sharing my screen. Guys, I hope you can see my screen, right? Please confirm.
Yes, I can see you.
So guys, today is a and day of this particular training. Sorry, is
Ankur, we can't hear you. Very low voice.
okay. I hope you can hear me now.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. So guys, what I'm saying is today is a 10th day of this training, and here today what we are going to cover, we are going to see the publisher subscriber pattern, and then accept handling, and then switch activity. Okay. So okay, before I proceed further, there are some questions from the actually what to say from Amit that he's not able to create a VM. So I'm just showcasing how we can create a VM, right? Just give me a minute, please. I'll stop sharing my screen and reach here. Yeah, probably you can see my screen, right? So Amit, you there na?
Yes, yes.
Your screen.
Okay. So Amit, once you log in into the Oracle Cloud, you will be landed onto this infrastructure classic page, right? From there, you can click on this Hamburg menu, and then what happened? What is that? Hold on. No, I'm not there actually. Just click on this. You need to go. This is not the infrastructure actually page.
Ankur, how I will open this page, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure?
Just give me a minute, huh?
Hmm.
Just give me a minute, please. My home. Okay. 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 So from here, what you need to do, right? I'll tell you. So you need to click. So you need to log in into the oracle.com, right?
Ankur, what is the URL of this page?
No, I'm telling you. So here you need to go to the oracle.com.
Okay.
Okay. And then you need to click on a view account, and then click on a sign into the cloud. Okay. Once you sign into the cloud, you need to give your cloud account name and then next. Once you click on a next, you need to give your username and the password. Click next. Once you click next, it will ask you to give your username and the password. I'm already logged in. That's the reason it is not asking. Okay. So once you
Okay.
log in, you will sometimes you landed onto the infrastructure page. Sometimes you landed on this particular page. Okay. So basically, and then you need to move. Let me see how we can move. I hope my home. Click my home. On this particular home, then you can see the cloud services, right? And here you will see the infrastructure classic dashboard. Okay. What happened here? Why it is not showcasing each and everything? Hold on. Infrastructure classic dashboard. Hmm. Let me just try to log in a different window. Okay. New incognito window. Oracle.com. And then here go to view account and sign into cloud. And then from here you need to select TG 828 and this next. Just give me a minute. So looks like they had just changed something. Manage account. But Amit, are you able to log in into the console page or not from your account? Hello?
When I'm try to log in, it's not opening a page. It's giving me an error.
What is
This
that
page,
error?
this page can't be reached.
I don't know what they are doing. So, Cal, do you know how to go to this Oracle Cloud infrastructure page?
Yes, but so
I don't see menus over here. Earlier it was there.
but you have that what do you call that? Yeah, I remember what you're saying. I know there is a service called Cloud Services here, and then you click on that from My Services. You can go there, right? That's what you were trying
Correct,
to do. Old link.
correct.
But when they activated it, they would have sent an email, right, with a notification with saying that your instance is created and all that.
Yeah.
So if that email, can we look at the URL? What the URL is saying?
I don't have this one because this is different users. Let me see if Shubham is there. Okay, so Amit, I will let you know. Let me just try to find out what is the URL. I'm not able to
Okay.
see this URL there, right? But I will let you know. But let me just tell you how you can generate the public and private key pair, right? So you go to
Through
the
Puttigen.
so are you able to?
Through Puttigen.
So here you see I'm just opening the Puttigen and you need to click on a generate button. Once you click on a generate button, you just need to hover this empty space, right? Once you enter it, here you see this is the public key, right?
Okay.
So you need to take this public key and you need to paste into the VM while getting the VM, right?
Okay.
And here you see you can use the key password and then save private key and save public key, right? Once you save private key, you need to upload in your FTP connection, and then you need to paste this public key when you create a VM. So this public key will not work. So during creation of VM, you need to give this public key, and from here save private key, and this private key will work, will be used when you create a FTP connection. Okay, that's all.
Public key is for what?
So public key, this public key, when you download this save public key, now this will not be used. So you use this save private, you use this save private key, and it will download a private key.
Okay.
Right, and you can give password as well of this private key. It is pure optional, right? You can give it and you cannot. So once you click save private key and you click on the yes button, a private key will be downloaded in a PPK format. Then you need to use this private key when you connect to the SFTP, right?
Okay.
But let me just figure out how we can reach this particular page. I'm not able to log in there. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm just going to this particular ICS or OIC. And any question from the previous class, guys?
I'm trying out the Salesforce adapter, but I'm not completed yet. I started it, but if I have any question, I'll ask you in the chat.
Okay. Now here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create integration, the pub and using the patterns pub and sub, right? So let me just explain what is that pub and subscriber pattern, right? So publisher is one of the pattern. The pub here you see when you click on a create button, you will get publish to OIC and subscribe to OIC. So publish to OIC pattern will help you to publish the messages into the OIC queues. So OIC is queue just like your JMS queues. When you have your JMS queue in the WebLogic server, which is used to publish the messages into the queues, and from there you can subscribe the messages, right? Okay, so publish to OIC will be used to publish the messages, and subscribe to OIC will be used to subscribe the messages from those queues which you have subscribed, right? So the benefit of this publisher subscriber process is that you want to synchronize the one application data to multiple application, right? So in that case, what you can do, you can create a one publisher which will take the data from one application, and then you can send this data to the publisher process. Okay, once it is published, right, the data will be published into the OIC queue. Now you say I want this data to subscribe into two application 1 and then application 2, right? Then you can use subscribe to OIC pattern. Once you use this subscribe to OIC pattern, it will ask which publisher process you want to subscribe. So in order to use this pattern, there must be at least one publish to OIC pattern, right? Once you click on this, it will ask you to which publisher process you want to subscribe. Okay, so you will give the reference of this. Once you click on this, then it will take you to the subscriber navigation. Okay, from there you can connect to your downstream application, and then once the data will be published into the OIC queue, the subscriber will be fired automatically, and then accordingly data can go. Same ways you can create different subscriber. Okay, so here in the
Ankur, how this is different from the basic orchestration?
so basically, so in the basic orchestration, you are sending data to one application only, right? But
Mhm.
publish to OIC and subscribe to OIC pattern is just like publisher and subscriber. I will give a real life example. For example, you have one Times of India application in your mobile application, right? And you subscribe some particular news from there, right? So what happens whenever Times of India publish a news, right? You get a notification on your mobile. Okay, and same with I also have the Times of India, and I have also subscribed one of the news, right? So the ones they will publish, you will get this notification, I will also get this notification. So automatically I will get this notification if I have subscribed this news, right? Same way, publish to IC is just publishing. So publish to IC, you can say it is Times of India, and subscribe to OIC, you can say you and me. So which means the end users.
And Ankur, if suppose that if my device is not my device is shut down, so later on when it's switched on,
No.
I'll get that message.
So basically, in a publish to OIC and subscribe to OIC pattern, so these queues are not persistent queues. For example, if there are two subscribers, subscriber 1 and subscriber 2, and the moment the publisher will send a message to the publisher, to the OIC queue, but publisher 1 or 2 is down, then publisher 2 will not get these messages whenever it will up. So the message will lost for it. So these are not persistent queue. So in order to get the proper messages, both the subscribers should be up. Okay.
Is there any way that we can make it persistent by adding some layers in between, or it's not even possible at all?
So what you can do if you want to make it persistent, so out of the box there is no feature. But
Yeah.
yes, what you can do, let's suppose you have one Salesforce application, right? Salesforce say,
Mhm.
no, I can send the data only one time to you, right? Now depends on you how you will tackle this. You need to send this data to subscriber process. So what you can do, you can make an intermediate DB, right? Once the data will come, you just push the data to this intermediate DB only, right? and then from there you have to create the app driven orchestration pattern, which will take the data from this table and will push to the downstream application. Then there is no use of the subscribe to OIC pattern in that case.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope you got it.
Yeah, I think I got your point. So what you're saying is you just have a published, you create a published to OIC, and whenever it publishes the data, put it into the table. And either you can have a subscribe to OIC, or you can create a app-driven orchestration and read the data from the table and send it to the target system.
Correct. Okay. Now
Ankur,
let's just try to.
one more question. In this publish to OIC, if we are sending means publishing any event, it's going to subscriber at same time, means parallel processing is going at same time.
So the moment that any new message goes into the queue, the subscriber will be fired automatically.
No, suppose on the other side there are two applications. So it will go to the one application first, then it will attend the second one.
No.
It goes to the same time.
Both the subscribers will be fired at a time. There is no delay.
Okay.
If you have 100 applications will be fired automatically.
Ankur, so in the published OIC, well, so if let's say you have published OIC integration, within that integration you call another integration to send this data to other application as well, right? Without subscription.
Come again, please.
So you said the first option is you have a publish to publish orchestration where you got the data, you are storing it in the table, and then you are creating another apps orchestration where it reads the data and send it to the target system. Correct? So what I'm saying is that is one approach, of course. The second is, let's say within publish to OIC integration, you can have the app, you can call the app driven orchestration within the publish to OIC orchestration and send the data directly to. So in that case,
you cannot do that. You cannot do that. It is because when you use this pattern now, so you will only get chance to add source, not target.
No,
I will show you.
Okay.
Only source, no target.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use SFDC as a publisher, right? Once I will get the data from SFDC, I will create two subscriber. You can say one is file subscriber and you can say another is ATP subscriber. Okay. So let me just try
Ankur,
how we can do this.
Ankur, can we do this example on a in a simple way by not using the SFDC or using any simple REST API?
Yeah, we can do this as well. So it totally depends on you, right? So let me just go ahead and I will show you. Okay.
No.
Just click publish to OIC and then click on Slack button. So let me just take an example of REST API only, right? So you say publisher, okay? And then click publisher and then click on a create button. Okay. Now, once you click a publisher process, so your name is not correct. So here you see the right hand side, only the IC messaging service is there, right? You are not allowed to put anything at the target end. Only you are allowed to put anything at the source end, whether it's a SFDC, whether it's a REST API, whatever, right? Let me just try to create a REST API which will push the data into the messaging service. Okay, so let me just try to put a REST adapter over here. Here you can see training REST connection v2 and then just give it there. Okay, now here you can see endpoint name is mine. What is that? Push data and then click on the next button, and here you can say push emp data, and here I'll say employee. Okay, now just you can use a verb as a post and then you can configure a payload as well, and then you click on the next button Here I will give a JSON payload and then click on an inline button, and here I will say same ID name age, then you can say qualification. Okay, and then you click on a OK button. Next, and then done. That's it. So here you see there is no mapper at all. So whatever data will come in which format, whatever format is there, it will go as it is into the ICS queue, ICS messaging service. Now just save it, and here we just need to enable our tracking and then save. Okay, so that's it. This is the publisher process. So this can be your SFDC adapter, this can be your REST adapter, this can be your ERP adapter, whatever adapter you want to have, you can have it, and then save. Any question, any doubt on this? This is very simple.
I mean, after this, can you show the SFDC also if it's possible?
Yeah. So I'll leave on you. You just need to add this SFDC adapter. So you need to make some practice as well. So you do, on your own. And if you face any challenge, let me know. Okay. Can you do that, Cal?
Yeah, I will try to do that. Sure.
Yeah. So it is very simple. You just need to put a SFDC adapter here, right? And then configure accordingly as we did in the last class.
I'll try that. That's a good example.
Yeah. If you'll try that, that will be, useful for you only. Now just activate this integration. And activate. Okay. Okay, now this has been activated. Now just try to create a subscriber process. Click on a create button, and here you can say subscribe to OIC and then select. Here you can say ATP subscriber should be okay, and then next, and so click on create button. Here you say when you create a subscriber, it will ask you which publisher process you want to subscribe. So I have this publisher process and use them. And here you say this side will be the ICS messaging service automatically. You cannot change it. Okay, now here you can drag and drop whatever connection you want. So here I will say ATP. Okay, and just drop it over here. Here I can say send data and then click on next button. So you can say perform an operation on a table and insert and then next. From here you can select the schema and then table. So mine is new table and then import tables. Then next, and then finish and then complete your wizard. Okay. Okay, now you can add a mapping over there by just clicking on this and then plus button. Now you can just map the data from your request to this particular thing, IT, and then name, and then age, and then qualification. Okay, and now just validate and then close it. Okay, same ways you can add another subscriber process. You can say FTP subscriber. Okay, you can say FTP subscriber and click on a create button. Now again, I will subscribe the same publisher process and then use it. Here, I will select my FTP connection. And then use it. Now I can say send data, and here just next, and then here you can say home PC. You can say subscriber.csv, and then click on the next button. And from here you can choose a file. Let me just see the file. Okay, so I have just selected a file, the file1.csv, and then enter the record name employee, and here you can say employees. Okay, and then you click on the next button, and then done. Now just save it. Same ways you can add a mapping over here. Now employee, and then request wrapper, then IT to IT, name to name, age to age, qualification to qualification, and then validate it and then close. Okay, now just close. And here in a subscriber process, okay, you notice one thing. In a subscriber process, you don't need to enable tracking. The tracking will come from the publisher process automatically. So let's suppose in the publisher process you have given ID as a tracking parameter. So the ID tracking parameter will be copied into the subscriber automatically. Hence you don't need to give tracking here, right? Here you see the ID will come over here automatically, but you can change it if you want. I hope you can add another one as well here. Yes, okay, but the tracking will be copied automatically. Now just try to hit this particular thing. Okay, now your publisher is ready and your 2 subscribers are ready. Okay, this ATP subscriber is configured. Oh, I have not made it active. Okay, now both all are activated. Right now I'll just run this publisher process. I'll take this employee. I just open Postman. Just give me a minute, huh? Just opening a Postman over here. Okay, and here I will add a basic authentication. Okay, and then we'll pass a body. The body is this one. JSON. Thing I can say 198. You can say Tosif. Can say age is 52. Can say he has done PhD. Or just send. Now here you see 40. Oh, so I need to select this post, not get. So guys, sometimes you will get this 405 method not allowed. So which means that you have not selected the proper verb. So the verb was post, right? And then send. Here you see 202 accepted. Okay, now just go to this particular instance, and here you will notice the 3 instance should get created. Okay, here you see one is publisher process, second is ATP subscriber, and the third is FTP subscriber. So let me just try to open a WinSCP first of all, so that I can show you the file has been sent. Okay, here it will be under the put directory, I hope. This one. Here you see the subscriber.csv is there, right? Okay, you see the data. Same ways you can open the ATP database and the data will be there. Okay, let me just try to open an ATP database also. Okay, I'm just trying to open an ATP database over here. Oh, what happened? And please make sure US table. Okay, not able to open this thing, so it is saying not available. Okay, let me just see if it. Oh, looks like there's some issues. That's the reason I'm not able to open the ATP database. But guys, you know, if the data has been sent to the FTP, it will reach to the ATP database as well. Okay, any question? Hello?
Yeah, no, I think I got it. So I will try the Salesforce.
SFDC one.
That is the SFDC is the real example. I will try that out.
Yeah, please. Okay, there's a one catch over here. I don't know if you have noticed this multiple things over here or not. So there's a one thing. So here what you have done, the process is very simple. Like you are publishing the data, and you are only subscribing the data, and you are sending to the downstream application, right? So here there's a catch. So in the subscriber process, you are not allowed to massage anything, right? Have you thought this?
Publisher, right?
Like, sorry?
No, you're saying you cannot do a transformation in the publisher or in the subscriber.
No. In a subscriber process, if you choose the subscriber process, you cannot do any massaging, you cannot do any transformation, right? If you want. So like, let's suppose you want to do some if else, you want to do for loop, multiple things, you cannot do that in a subscriber process. How will you do that? This question should come in your mind. Okay, so how will you handle this situation? I will tell you, I will give you an idea, you can try at your end, right? And let me know. Okay, so for that, what you can do, you can create a REST API, right, as an app driven orchestration pattern, using the app driven orchestration pattern. Okay, so and then whatever data you want in the app driven orchestration pattern from the publisher process, for example, you say I only need this ID, name, age, or qualification. Okay, or you want all. So make a REST API with the help of app-driven orchestration pattern and do whatever processing you want to do before you send this data to downstream application. Okay, and then consume this REST API in the subscriber process and then do the mapping. I hope you understood the concept.
Yeah, I'm able to follow, but there is one last point. What did you say? Like once I filter out the data or I weed out the data which I don't want, or I want to add some more in the app orchestration REST API, and then how the subscriber so the subscriber will connect to the app-driven orchestration, or
Yeah, so here I'll show you. So here what you do, you just I'm on integration side. So here what I'm saying is integration. You just create a REST API, right?
yes.
Or you can create a REST API or SOAP API, totally depends on you. So I'm just giving an example of REST API with the help of app-driven orchestration pattern. Here I will say subscriber 3,
Filter.
whatever,
Yeah.
something like this, right? And here you can say my training REST connection, okay? And here I'm just giving, I can say get data from subscriber, whatever you want, right? And then next, and then here you can say get, and you can see a post, and then here you can get emp, and then you want this configure request payload for this endpoint. Next you say I'll just create this REST API and will get this data, right? Next, sorry, inline, I need the same data, okay, next, and then done. Okay, now your REST API is ready, and here you can do whatever transformation you want to do, right? Now here you just enable tracking,
Yes.
and then ID, save it, and then just close it. Okay, now your one of the subscriber is ready, right? Now you can just make it activate, include payload, and then activate. This is activated, right? Now here, now you can create a one more subscriber. You can say app-driven subscriber, okay, and then click on a create button, and then use it, right? Now here, this side, you can invoke the REST API which you have created. How? So I don't know. You can so how you can call the internal REST APIs in this particular this thing, right? So here, what you can do. Okay, so there is a this thing URL, right? So you can say your third-party REST API. So what you do whenever you want to consume a third-party REST API, what you do actually, you create a REST API connection, REST connection, give the base URL over there, right? And there, once you configure this REST endpoint, you have to give this URI over there, right? From IC.
Yeah.
And then once your subscriber will hit, your REST API will hit subsequently. I hope you got an idea.
Yeah, no, I know, I got it. So basically what you're saying is you have another connection adapter. In the connection adapter, REST adapter, or whatever, you will create an adapter. When you select the REST adapter, you will put the URL. I mean, the URL means nothing but up until the URI. And then when you come to the subscriber model, you will drag that REST adapter, put it there. While configuring the REST adapter, you will give the rest of the URL there as a configuration. So when you run the subscription, I mean, when you run this integration, it is obviously first the flow is it will get the data and it will go to the REST adapter where you have that URI. And then when it comes to the integration configuration, it will see the remaining part slash whatever that v1/emp. Then that gets triggered.
Absolutely correct. So here, whenever you try to create a connection, with the help of this OIC, you make a connection till /flows or /rest, because it will remain common for each and every REST API. And then in the FTP, configuration, you give this /subscribers 1.0 and EMP.
Yes, got it.
Okay, Amit, I hope you have got the concept.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Understood the publish and subscriber, guys? You try at your end, let me know if you face any issue. Okay,
Sure.
okay. Now let me just try to create some activities over there. So let me just open this app driven subscriber itself, right, which I can call it independently. Oh no, not this one. This one. Okay, so here I want to do like here. Oh, it is activated, so let me just deactivate this. So I will show you the exception handling part over here. Okay, I will deactivate this first of all, and then subscriber 3. Okay,
Hey, Ankur, we are having a 2 hours class or 1 hour class today?
1 hour.
Okay.
Okay, so we have completed assign, map, and then stage file. I will show you integration, JavaScript. Okay, so for each we have already done. Switch, I hope we have not covered, right?
No, not yet.
Okay, and then we will cover the scope. Logger, logger is simple, I will show you. Note is again a very simple activity, just put a note, nothing more than that. Notification I have already showcased. Wait, I will show you. The rethrow, stop is just nothing. If you want to stop your process at any point of time, you can use this stop activity. And these things I will show you, while I'll showing the exception handling. Okay, so
Yeah,
guys,
okay.
basically
Ankur, can you go to that activity icons which you just showed me? So in my instance, right, I'm not able to see the, can you go further down? I'm not able to see the rethrow fault. It is coming from one of your feature. I can see a throw new fault, but I'm not able to see the rethrow fault.
it should be there. Which on which version you are? Okay,
I'm on
so I'll
20
tell you
point.
one more thing. Okay, I'll tell you one more thing. These activity totally depends on your integrations also. So just try to create such type of integration, and I hope you will see there. So sometimes
Oh,
these activities visible if it is allowed to put it in the integration.
okay. It's based on your integration. Okay.
Yeah. So here, guys, as part of the integration, right, as part of the coding, you need to handle the exceptions also. Okay, so same ways in integration you can handle exceptions. How you can do this? So basically there are two. You can handle exceptions two ways in a OIC. So how? So here you see we have one scope activity here. The scope activity is nothing. It is the group of actions which can put together, and then under that, so is just scope is just like a try and catch which we have in Java, like PHP, like PL SQL and all, right? So same way scope is just like a try and catch. It binds a group of actions. Let me show how. And this allows us to handle the exceptions in a Oracle Integration Cloud. So this is the first way. The second way is the global fault. So if you click on a global fault is the super fault handler, right, which will handle all type of exception, whether it is cached by the scope or not, right? So for example, let's suppose you have put one scope activity in a integration canvas, right, and there's such kind of exception which is not handled by your scope, right? Then in that case the global fault handler will come into the picture. So as soon as any exception comes which is not handled by scope activity, the global fault handler will be called, and whatever activities you have put under this global fault will be picked up automatically. Okay, so there are two ways. One is scope and the second is global fault. So let me just try how we can do this. Okay, so let's just try with this particular thing. Okay, we can say scope activity. Okay, and now here I will say scope. You can give any name. I'll say scope and then click on a create button. Whenever you drop a scope activity, right here you will see the scope section, and here's a fault handler as well. If you click on this fault handler, it will take you the default handler automatically. Just click on this default handler, and here you are in the fault handler. Here you see, right, this is a catch block. You can do whatever activity you want to perform, and here in the scope you can perform any activity which you want to perform, right? In the scope activity you usually drop all the activities which you think that it can throw an exception, like you can say ATP database. Sometimes ATP database is reachable, sometimes not, right? So in that case you want to handle some exceptions as well. Okay, so you can put FTP adapter, you can put a file adapter, right? So if you think that yes, this is the section which can throw an exception, then you can put all these things under the scope, and then once an exception will occur, it will go to this particular default handler, and then here you can put whatever you want to put. Okay, now let's just try to put let me just see one thing. So let me just see my agent is up or not.
Okay. Ankur, while you're doing that, I'm going to ask you a question. So let's say if we have an integration and you forgot to add a scope, is there any way I can go and add a scope?
Come again.
Let's say you created an integration and you forgot to add a scope, but later you want to add a scope. Can I add a scope later?
Okay, yeah, good question. This is a good question. So basically you can add a scope, but okay, so let me just open this integration. Here you say you have one for loop which you already have in your integration, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. So you say you have one for activity, okay, and then you realize later that in a for activity you should have the scope activity, right?
Yes.
So here you see the repositioning, right? So repositioning is basically used to reposition the activity from one place to another. But here is a catch, right? You cannot reposition all the activities. Like the for loop cannot be repositioned, right?
Okay.
The stage activity can't be repositioned if it is using right filing segments option.
Okay.
Right, the while activity cannot be repositioned. So there are some particular activities can't be repositioned, right? So you have to be very careful before you add any activity, and just sketch your whole integration on a paper so that you can make sure, yes, here is the scope activity which you wanted to put, and here is the for loop which you wanted to put. If you have already a complex for loop and you think that it should be under scope, you have to delete each and everything and then you have to put it again.
Okay. So basically the reposition is nothing but let's say without a scope you had some integration. Now let's say this same integration if you take and you have a mapper and you are storing in the database, later you realize you want to add the scope. So what you're saying is in the database you can come here, and when you do a reposition, what it will do, it'll try to create, it'll ask you what do you want to reposition or what.
Now I will show you.
Okay.
So let's suppose I have this okay, so
Existing integrations if you take.
okay, so let's take in this file, right? So I'll say my file connection b2. Okay, so I put it there, right? After this is scope. So here I'll say push file. Okay, and then click on the next button. Here I'll say my output directory. I can say anything.
Yeah, for now it
this thing. Okay, and here I'll say temp.csv. Okay, and then click on the next button. I will choose the file from here, the file1.csv, and you can say employee and then employees. Okay, and then next and then done button. Okay, and then save. Now here later you realized you can delete this over there. You can delete this by just, I hope you can, by collapsing you can delete this scope action, right? Save it. Later you realize that these activities should be under your this thing, what you say, under scope activity, right?
Yeah.
So you can put a scope and then you can reposition. I will show you repositioning, but let me just try, to make it pod, right? So let me just try a mapping over here. ID, name, age, and then qualification. Okay, that's done. Validate and then close. So let me just try to run this integration and I will show you certain things, right?
Is your agent running because you're pushing it to a local?
No, my agent is not running. That's the reason I want to. My agent is down. That's the reason I wanted to show you this.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will show you this integration will go into the error instance. Okay. And later I will add a scope and I will show you how we can handle the exceptions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now just click on the send button. Here you see the request has been accepted, right? Now just go to this integration page and then go to the monitoring. Here you see it is running and it will run till 240 seconds. It is because I told you earlier that the agent timeout is 240 seconds, right? So it will try to reach agent till 240 seconds. Then it will fail.
So the can we change that, because not only the agent, it's 240 seconds. You said something that we can change that. We'll have to go to Oracle to change that or something.
No, we cannot.
We cannot change the timeout value at all.
Yeah, we cannot.
Okay. I thought there was a parameter in the agent configuration file or something. Maybe I was wrong. Okay.
Yeah. 240 seconds and then I will show you. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it happened in a real case today in one of our integration. One of the connectors failed because the agent was down and was trying to talk to that.
Yeah. Okay, so Cal, yesterday I was asking one question in the group, right? So basically the questions was related to the PGP signing key, not the PGP public and private key. I have sent one FTP adapter documentation to you.
Sure. Actually, you know what? We have done that, as the other guy said, exactly like as he said. So since he answered that, we did it through the Java e-store. But let me also look at my backup to see whether I have anything like that. But I will go through
that. So whether you have done with Java or something like here, I will show you one thing. In the FTP adapter, right? When you choose FTP adapter, you need to put the PGP sign public and private key, right? So I need this PGP public, the keys over here so that I can put it over there and then I can sign the key. Here you see the PGP sign private key and the PGP sign public key and the PGP sign private key.
So we have done this in the outside, I mean, not in the OIC. Back in days, we were doing the typical file-based interface for the ERP. So our customer wanted us a encrypted file because it got our very sensitive information. So we did that for that interface. I remember that. Basically, our salary and salary data.
Cal, basically encryption is fine. Encryption we can do. So on a encryption, you want to digitally sign your file as well. So for that, I need a PGP public signing key.
Yeah, we did that. We did that for the one of the bank interface, Ankur. I'll let me go back and I'll get you the details.
Yeah. So I need the public keys and private signing key so that I can try to sign as well.
Sure. I'll send it to you if I find that back.
And if you have any commands which can help us to generate those signing keys, that will be helpful.
Yeah, I'll send you the whole code if you want. I can send you the whole code.
Yeah. Let me just try to refresh. It should be aired out now. You see, now it's in error state. Okay. Now I wanted to handle it this thing, and I wanted to don't want it to make into the failed state, but I want into the completed state. Okay. So how we can do this? Okay. So I will handle exception for that. Integration, and then go there, reactivity or integration. Okay, and then open this subscriber 3. So as I mentioned that there's a scope activity which allows us to handle exception. So just put it scope over there, and here you can see scope, right? Now what you can do, you can reposition your this activities in the scope. How you can do this? Just click on this repositioning, and then reposition your mapper as well as this your adapter. Okay, once you're done with the repositioning, you need to disable this repositioning element. Okay, that's it. Now you are done. Now you just click on the fault handler. When you actually when you put the scope, a default handler will come automatically, which will allow you to handle exception. And here whatever activity you want to perform, like you want to send a notification, you want to call a database, you can do this. So here what I will do, I'll just put a logger over there for the time being. Logger. So logger is nothing, it is just to enable logging in your integration. Okay, you can say log and then click on a create button. Once you click on a create button, here it will ask you two options, always or when trace is enabled, right? Always, the when trace is enabled means if you have enabled tracing in your integration, then only you want this logger to be enabled, right? But if you don't want this, like you want this logger to be printed always, then you can click always whether your trace is enabled or not, right? So I can say always, and here I can put added, and here I can say exception and exe. Okay, and then refresh, and then closed over here. Okay, now so let's suppose the control, once this activity will be executed, the control will come over here. It will try to call the file adapter, but it will wait till 4 minutes, and once the 4 minutes will over, it will go to the fault handler and it will execute all these activities which we have here, right? You can send a notification, you can call any database to insert the messages, what we say, the error information. Okay, so I forget to tell you one more thing. When you put into the handler, right? Just give me a minute. Okay, here, just give me a minute, please. Okay, so basically when you come onto the handler part here, you will see one object will come up with the name fault, and here you will see the error code, reason, and then details, right? Which which you can print into the log, or you can send in the notification also. Okay, so here I will see the reason is, and then you can say reason. You can put code as well, code, error code, and you can print the details also. Okay, and then just refresh it. Okay, so in the logger I'm printing reason of this error, I'm just printing the error code, I'm just printing the details also. Okay, then close it off and close, and then save your integration. Okay, so what will happen now? So the integration control will come over here. Once it will add out, it will go to the default handler, right? So now we are handling the exception. So whatever code you write after the scope block, it will be executed, right? It is because here we have handled the exception. But if this was not under scope, right, whatever activity you put after this file activity, it will not, execute it. It is because the integration got failed at this point of time. But if you handle exception and you put anything after the scope block, it will certainly execute because you are handling the things over here. Now just save your integration and then close it off. Okay.
So, Ankur, so the log, right, activity stream and the log, it's all in the XML format. If I want it like in a different format, is there a way that I can change the format by asking Oracle or enabling any of the feature flags?
No.
It's always XML.
Yeah.
Okay.
So log will not come in the XML, right? Only the payload will come in the XML.
Your activity stream comes in XML, right?
Yeah. So now your integration has been activated. Now just try to send it down, right? Here. Now just again go back to this monitoring and then go to the integration. Okay. Now here you see I'm just in this monitoring instance page. Just click on this. Now again it will wait for 4 minutes. Let's just wait.
I don't know, did I tell you that the blog which you shared me to change the connector, I used the option to go and update it via REST API.
Oh, you are able to have this, via REST API, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, good to know.
yeah, that's a very sleek idea. It worked because after we migrate this to the target instance, all I got to do is run this REST API with the with adapter name, and then it goes and changes it. That was perfect.
Yeah, good to know. Yeah. So, I just wanted to, explore all the options. What are the options to change the name? That is the reason I have written this blog.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah, the first one is a little messy, but because you have to open the XSLT and then change all that.
Yeah.
This one.
But still we have options. So sometimes the API does not work, right? So that's the reason, we can do it from backend as well.
Yes. So are you going to attend the ERP adapter meeting tomorrow? The Oracle, the event you sent me.
You are talking about the ERP adapter, is it?
Yeah, you remember you sent some the Oracle presentation tomorrow for ERP adapter. For you, it's today.
Oracle representation. Okay. So you are saying I'm going to, attend this, right?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I will try. I have already registered. I will try.
Okay, at least it's a daytime. If I'm able to record it, I'll record it for all of us. We'll see.
Yeah. No, I hope the Oracle will record themselves and they will send the, audio as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I will try to attend it because it is very important because ERP is one of the most important adapter in the OIC. I will try to add it. And by any chance, you have the ERP instance because I wanted to show the ERP as well. I don't have this ERP details. So if you don't have, I can, tell you the things, what are the things which we need to take care whenever we are going to create the ERP integration. But unfortunately, I don't have the ERP credentials. If you guys have it, let me know. I can try to execute one use case on the ERP as well.
Yeah,
Otherwise, what I will do, I will walk you through the whole process which we usually take while creating the ERP integration.
okay.
Here you see the difference. It was in the add out stage. Now it is in completed state. It is because we have handled the exception. Okay. Now here I will open this. It will show you the failure instance point. Okay, the failure point. It will be marked as a red. Now if you go to this fault handler, here you will see this activity has been executed also, right? And here you see it got completed, right? If you put any activity there, then it should got executed as well. So now just open a view activity stream and I will show you the logger. Here you see the log message. The reason is ICS runtime execution encountered error, something like this. And then you can copy it. Let me just copy. Okay, I cannot copy, I hope. And here you see no response received within response time out window completely. Agent may not be running or temporarily facing connectivity issue. Oracle Integration Cloud. Please check the agent health of connectivity agent in the agent monitoring page. For additional insight into the request processing, refer to the connectivity agent logs. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So
cool.
this is how you can handle exceptions, and you can print logs as well.
Sure. So one question, unquote. So this is good example. So let's say this REST API, I mean, not the REST API, this integration, you publish it for your customer or consumer to use this, and then when sometimes if kind of exception happens, you want to send back the error message as your return of this integration. So you showed me an activity where there is an end activity or something like that. So how do I send back this? So I don't want this. I want to send this error message back to the consumer, whoever is calling this API.
So you are saying you want to send a friendly message to the consumer, right?
No, well, friendly message is one thing, or like same error message, whatever you see here, like saying the
Okay. So basically here you see I have, in this particular REST API, right, what I have done, I have not mentioned the response. Okay. So what you can do, once you will add the response over there, right, you will add the mapper over here in the default handler, and then in the mapper you can map this reason, error code, and then what we say, the error code, reason, and then details, and then the consumer will get all these things.
Okay. Oh, that is because we were not able to see because you didn't add the response. Okay, got it. Okay.
Absolutely correct.
Okay. Thanks, Ankur.
Okay, so let's just finish this class today, and we'll have the class tomorrow same time, 7 o'clock. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, again, then guys, thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.